This is North East End by NotProfessionalGamers, AgroPiave, ZioFicus Scallarì. It is 545.87 megabytes to download. This does require 7 mods for you to download to be able to play this map, but interestingly enough it didn't automatically download them when I started downloading the map, so I was a little bit worried I'd have to search for them all and download them like that. But once I tried to load into the map, it did come up with a warning saying this map requires so and so mods, and then I hit the button and it started downloading them. They are Double Rod Mat Fence by Agrar Modding OST, Vineyard Poles Pack and Piave Building both by AgroPiave.pix, Italian House by Pairing Moddings, Silos 200 Pack by Raystar, Cow Husbandry by RL Modding, and E-Tunnel Reinforced Arc by DD Mod Passion. So the description says, inspired by the areas of the Venetian coast on the border of Friuli Venezia Giulia, typical areas used for the cultivation of arable land for animal feed and intensive viticulture. The map includes 128 totally flat fields with multiple generic selling station, 500 kW BGA, dairy, winery, mill and bakery as production locations. 2 farms are available, one for livestock and one for arable land. The seasonality of the crops has been changed, reflecting the reality of the area. So let's go and check it out. And here we are. This is where it starts you off in all 3 modes, and this is what the map looks like, guys. So lots of different sized and sort of shaped fields, which is nice, all ranging in different prices, so you can start off fairly small and build yourself up. We are actually over here outside. Well, it's a bar actually, I'll show you in a second. I don't know what we've been up to the night before, but we're there. I am in new farmer mode, so I will do that first. So click on that. Now that does look a bit overwhelming, but all this area here and sort of like the road, some of the productions here, that is all one chunk. So if I click on that, hopefully it will make things a little bit easier. So that's made those areas a little bit lighter. Now you can buy that area for 10,904 because in Farm Manager and Start from Scratch you don't start off with that. How much of that I don't know, you know, what you can use. I don't know if you're going to be able to use that. I'll talk about that area in a second. But in new farmer mode we start off with the main farm down here, which is plot 96. We've got field 98 or plot 48, sorry, not 48, 98. We've got 75, 76 up here and also 58 down here. So those are our plots of land that we start off in new farmer mode. So the main farm is 157,732. That field's 46 grand just over, 62 grand there, 90 grand there. This field over here 37. So you can already see there is some vast range of prices on fields. We've got tiny little fields like this, just over 11 grand, and then we get big fields like this, 421 grand. Now the lines in the middle, they are all like ditches, so I would imagine for like drainage for the water to run away, etc. like so. I'll talk about them a little bit later when we get up that end of the map, and I'll show you some of them as we go. So yeah, there's not really any forestry that sort of comes in with there. I will go up into landscaping mode and show you this when we get there. I don't think you're going to be able to access this area really, but I haven't tried it. And then these fields are outside of the map, but they've just been put there for sort of decoration for the outside of the map. But this all looks pretty cool up here, the way they've done that. I like that with all the pictures. So obviously it's an Italian map. Yeah, anyway, down here on our farm we do have a cow husbandry. We've got a farmhouse, a workshop, silo, fuel point, and we've got a couple of those reinforced arch, which is a required mod. That's for storing bales and pallets. Do have 2 grape vineyards like this, very small. That is the only 2 on the map that I can see. So if I scroll down and go to grapes, it will just get rid of the 2 that we've got. No olives as of yet on the map. We do have some extra things though. If I scroll over, they've added alfalfa, clover, and we have forage sorghum, which I'll talk about in a second. So if I click off that, you can see it is quite a lot of the map that has that planted. So talk about that in a second, but that's pretty cool what they've got. So yeah, that is the map. If we stay in here and scroll up, there is no collectibles. We don't start off with any production chains even. Contracts available on the fields we don't own. Animals, we haven't got any, but it is showing that cow husbandry there because we've got it on our main farm. Equipment's there. Now, if we go into the prices menu and scroll all the way down to the bottom, we should see those new types. So just underneath stones, which is where the base game items would end, we have alfalfa. It does say alfalfa again, but that is alfalfa hay, I would guess, because it's slightly a different shade green, a bit like the grass and hay shading on the base game ones. Then we've got alfalfa silage, so you can put your alfalfa into a bunker silo, I am guessing, haven't tested none of this, and produce silage, which is good. Then we have clover, and then you can produce hay with clover as well. And then we have the forage sorghum. Now, as you can see on the right hand side, there is no place to sell forage sorghum. That is because, and I have tested this, I think that is just literally to grow like corn, but we can't sell it, but to just forage, clues in the name I know, with a forage harvester and turn it into chaff, and then obviously put it in your bunker silo and make silage with it. So that is purely what that is grown for by the look of it, because there's nowhere to sell it, etc. And we'll go through the equipment so you can see that as well. There's the crop calendar. As you can see, probably cotton and sugarcane has been removed. Whether you can still grow that on here, I'm not sure. Most map makers do still allow you to do that, but it's been removed. How that would work with seasons, I'm not quite sure if it does work though. Down the bottom, we've got our planting and harvesting windows for alfalfa, clover, and forage sorghum. Now, the forage sorghum is very similar windows to the normal sorghum, but it has been extended by 1 month for both planting and harvesting, which is pretty good. And that is that, and we're back there. So I think that's all I need to tell you there. I think we'll go through mods, slot counts, etc. like that. I will have to add in a little bit of money to get 2 things to show up, really. No biggies, but I will add it in. We'll also lease a pickup as well, and then we'll head on round. So mods, obviously we're going to have got a little soccer football field there, which is cool, so we will stay there, I think. We've obviously got the required mods, but there is a couple of extra things for the map. So sheds there, that's part of that pave building. I'm probably saying that wrong. So we've got things in sheds, in silos. We've got 2 bunker silos, which are part of the map, which we'll see later. And these reinforced arch, which basically are all for bale and pallet storage. And then we've got that silo pack as well. The silo 200 plus 2 we do have on our main farm. That's 600,000 litre capacity, but that is not a multi-fruit one. There is also another silo at the second farm. I forgot to show you that, but we will buy it in a second. But again, that isn't a multi-fruit either. In silo extensions, we've got a extension for that silo pack. Then tools, we have a underground weighing station like that. That is down at the BGA. And then we have in farmhouses, we have two. So one is the required mod, the Italian house, and then part of that pave building pack. And in productions and factories, we've got two at the end. We've got the dairy and bakery. I'm not sure if the production rates are any different, but it produces the same things. I think it might just be modded in because a lot of the factory and building names have been customized because they're in Italian, so that's pretty cool that they've done that. Then in orchards, again, one of the required mods, we have these grapevines, part of the vineyard poles pack. Then in animals and cows, we've got the cow husbandry, which you'll see on our main farm, holds 200 cows. And as you can see there, while we're on that, we've got all the symbols there for alfalfa, alfalfa hay, clover and clover hay. Also two silage symbols, because that's going to be your alfalfa silage. So you can use all of those to produce your TMR. That's pretty smart what they've done. And then in decoration and fences, we have somewhere in here got a couple of extra hedges for the map, part of the map, and then we've got this double rod fence pack which has got a few things in like so. And I think that is it. The painting texture is a bit disappointing. There's only 5: animal mud, asphalt, dirt, grass and gravel, and there's nothing in trees or plants. That is it. Right, let's do slot counts. Very similar on the slot counts. There's only 2 slots difference, and I'm not quite sure why. But in new farmer mode, it is 1,305 slots, and farm manager start from scratch is 1,303. Now, obviously, the only difference being farm manager start from scratch, you don't start off with any land, even that outside of the map that we saw earlier. So the equipment in all 3 modes: 3 small tractors, a Voucher, Massey Ferguson and the Landini for doing your grapes. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Medium tractors, just the one, John Deere 4755. Deutz-Fahr harvester, we've got a John Deere Gator, a trailer, Brantner one. Now if you look at the symbols scrolling across, got the alfalfa there, also another silage for your alfalfa silage, clover and hay clover. I can't speak properly today. Header for your harvester. Symbols are all standard, as you can see. Corn header, same with the symbols. In grape technology, we've got the sprayer, the grape trailer and the pruner, so that's good. We've got a small plough, a cultivator, a disc harrow, subsoiler. These are all going to be good for doing your grapes. A seeder. Now with the seeder, if you look down at the symbols, we've got alfalfa, clover and the forage sorghum, so we can do that with a seeder. With a planter we can also do the forage sorghum, but not the alfalfa and clover, so that's good. Under animals, we've got a feed mixer. Again, looking at the symbols, we've got alfalfa hay, the second silage one there for the alfalfa silage, and then hay and clover hay next to it, so cool. Front loader with a couple of attachments, and again we've got some of the symbols down there, the new ones. A pallet fork, header trailer and a couple of weights, and that is your equipment. Now if you want to sell that off, you can get the slot count down to 1,125. So in the other 2 modes it will be 2 less than that, I would imagine. But there you go, that is it. Right, what we'll do is we'll quickly run round. The shop's only there, and then I'll add in a little bit of money, we'll get a pickup and then we'll head on down. So there is the bar we've been inside. Bar Benissina. We do have a fuel point here, so this is like your fuel station, which is quite cool. So we'll run across here into the store. There is traffic on here. I haven't noticed any people walking around, but we'll see if that happens as we go further. A lot of the productions do have these gates you can open and close them. A lot of them are shut, so you will need to open them to access that. But it's got some very nice features on this map. The roads look all nice and crisp, nice lighting. It's pretty nicely detailed. There is a couple of little things here and there I've spotted already, which we'll talk about when we get to them. But all these signs look pretty cool when you get up close to them. They don't go all blurry, which is nice. So this is our store. A lot of you will be familiar with this building. We can go inside. It's absolutely huge. Down the far end, we've got a big workshop trigger, like so. Ooh, someone's had that taken off their tractor. Again, another big door there. We can go upstairs. I don't think these doors open, no. There is lights in here, but you need to come over to this switchboard here and turn them on. Shop menu is just there, like so. This is also your reset point out here, roughly about there. So if you buy, lease, reset anything, it's going to appear here. Right, let's get some money added in and get ourselves a pickup. Okay, let's get this show on the road. So this first section, there is a little bit of coming back on ourselves, because that's the way it kind of needs to be done. Like I say, some really nice detail on here. I love all the road signs, like these as well, all in Italian. So if you can speak the lingo, you'll understand all that, which is awesome. We're going to head down this way. So that tunnel there just disappears, sort of edge of the map. But we need to go in here. A lot of the productions, they've got big sort of buildings, so it's been nicely done. So we've got a sale point here, again in Italian. Just round here, this is Cereal Collection Centre, but it is just a sale point. We can drive all the way through and round though, like so. They will open automatically. So we're going to go back the way we've just come out of, and then quickly swing down here. We've got a lot of sort of apartment blocks which look cool, and then just here we have our animal dealer, like so. So if I click on that, it's going to come up with that, because that is our cow husbandry. So like I said, that is 200 cows we can fit in there. I'm not quite sure why there's a barrier there and that goes up. So anyway, what I have noticed though, this says crossplay after the map title, so I don't know if it's slightly different on PC to console. But we've got another sale point here. This is hypermarket, so a little bit like your sort of supermarket, but I believe that's a similar sort of building to the bakery on Oak Belleron. That's pretty cool. I love some of these Italian looking buildings as well, with the steps going up there to that bar. Heading on around past the store again. Yeah, the roads are really smooth. I like that. We've got another sale point there. That is the biomass heating plant. So again, a lot of them have these signs, like so. And like I said, we can open the gates if you need to obviously go in there. I don't think they open automatically, because I did skip forward. And on the left we have the forage sorghum. So as you can see, it is taller than the standard sorghum, so it's very much like corn, and that's obviously the reason why it's being, you know, classed as forage sorghum. What I did find though is I skipped forward until this was ready to harvest. It was actually the same field, and I got my forage harvester, a trailer on the back, come through. It did turn it into chaff, but it doesn't really look any different to this. I don't believe this is, where are we? We are here. Don't believe that's ready. No, that's not ready to harvest. It's not far off. Could have looked at bottom right, couldn't I? It says growing still. But yeah, it doesn't go like sort of that light brown colour and like the corn does. It stayed that sort of texture. So I'm assuming that's normal, how it's meant to be. Up here on the right hand side we've got 4 greenhouses. We've got 2 large, 2 medium. I'm just going to back around like that so we've got quick access. So we're now up here. Let's turn that back on. You can buy this plot of land, but it doesn't mean you own those greenhouses. You will have to buy them individually even if you buy this plot of land. There is a little house behind if you wanted to sort of start there, but it is your usual suspects in here, nothing different. We can buy 10 grand for that one, and if I click on that, it's just tomatoes, lettuce and strawberries. I think the ratios are the same as base game. And then moving on from there, we're going to take this track and I will show you some of the fields with the ditches. Do have ditches either side of this track, so definitely there for draining the water away on a field. So I will stop about there. I'm going to jump across the ditch and there you go. Now I did test this. I bought all the plots of land, the whole map. I did landscape across this, so I leveled the ground across. It completely filled this up, it covered that pipe up, so you're good to go if you want to make this into a complete field. So as you can see, it's very much like that, so entirely up to you. But I did test it, it did work. I didn't test these big ditches to our left and right, but I'm assuming it would still work. So some more of the, I think that's the sorghum on that side. And what I'm going to do now is just stop on this junction. We do need to turn left, but I'm going to go up into landscaping mode and show you a couple of things. So we've got the edge of the map here, so if you're down low you wouldn't see it, but there is like a freeway or motorway we'd call it, cars going across, which is pretty cool. I like that. The other side of that I don't think we're going to be able to access, but it's completely flat. And then if I zoom all the way across to that top left hand corner that I showed you on the map, there doesn't seem to be any way you can access this. There is a little bit of forestry here of a nice picnic area, but I think this is all going to be out of bounds. I mean, you've got these sort of trees like that, and that always says to me edge of the map. I've tried to go through these before and you just like hitting a brick wall. So I think that's all going to be the edge of the map, like so. We do have quite a cool sort of little dam system or whatever that is. That's quite cool. So there you go, that is that bit. If we carry on down, we are heading to the second farm, which I haven't actually bought, have I? I haven't bought anything. We will buy that. And there it is. So quite a big looking place, but there's not a lot going on here. So we will... So right, we'll quickly show you what we've done. We come out of the store, we went through here, that's that sell point, up into the animal dealer, another sell point, through here, biomass, all the way up, greenhouses, across, stop there, didn't I, and done all that, come down, we're now at the second farm. So if I click on that, that's 112,000, just over. It does come with this field here, so we will buy that, but the only thing that pops up is a vehicle workshop. So we have our silo. I'm going to stop in the middle here and I think we'll run around. We have a silo in here, so this is where you'll tip in, so you can access it through here or go up here. Have I got the markers? I have got the markers. So I'll tell you what, this game, something weird's going on with this game, I think, since the update. These markers were showing because it made me realise that your collection point is actually over there. Now they're not showing, so I don't know what that's about. But this is where you'll tip in And then all the way across here there is a pipe there. I'm not sure how it's meant to work, but we've got quite a lot of storage area here, and this is where you'll take out. Now there was the taken out symbol just there, so I don't know what's going on, guys. But anyway, got more shed space here. This one's a bit more of a building, and then we've got all of this over here. This goes in like so. We do have a workshop trigger just there, and that is literally outside like so. So pull up into there. This is the field that you get with this farm. So not a huge field considering the sizes of the buildings and things like that. More storage here and here. Now I couldn't get this to work. It wouldn't even come up with the field info. As you can see, nothing's happening. I'm clicking on that, so that's not working. Should be able to fill that up. And also we have two, yeah, I have got the markers, see, on two icons by the farmhouse here. Obviously I'm guessing one's a sleep trigger, one's a wardrobe. Couldn't get either of them to work earlier, and they're not working now. So there you go, something to note. And that is that farm. Right, heading on out of there. We are going to turn left and here on the right we have the restaurant sale point. So again, it's been renamed. I like that when map makers do that. So that's your restaurant sale point. And yeah, I don't think there is any people walking around, so a little bit of a shame. Right, over to where this silo complex kind of thing is. Now we can go in this way and we will go out the other way. There's two sale points in here. This is your first one out the front. Bells are there to give you a clue. So this is a bell selling station, and then inside the building just here there's your trigger. This is like a grain sale point. This is farm shop, and then we can go out. We've got the entrance exit here. Again, there's a gate there, but it is open, that one, for us. So just have a quick recap. So we came from the main farm, sorry, the second farm, came down, crossed there to the restaurant, all the way along into these two sale points. We're going to come down here, which is grain mill, to the main farm and do this like that, and we'll finish up here, which is the BGA, which I will actually buy. No, we'll wait till we get there. Actually, we will wait. Right, what way have I got to go? This way. Forgotten already. Right, off we go. Now another one with a gate. I'm not going to go in there, but that is our grain mill. Again, been renamed. That's the same sort of building, just different name. And then we are heading to the main farm, which is literally there. So we'll let this car go past. We're swinging. There's one of our grape vineyards, so not very big at all. Stop there and turn the engine off. So we've got grape equipment there. This sleep trigger does work, which is good. There's a weight, well, two weights chucked in there. Workshop trigger is here. Now what I found is it only works in this gap, so it's very small. I'll quickly show you with the gator. Nothing was coming up then, but if I literally just move over and stop, there we go. So it's literally in there, so not very big at all. Can go upstairs. We've kind of got a bit of a hay loft, so you might be able to get some bells or something up here. Some more of our equipment, as you can see, like so. Nice buildings though. And then if we run around this side, We've got the other grape vineyard here, a little bit bigger, this one. More of our equipment under storage, which is cool. This is our silo. So if you're not familiar with this mod, you can come up to this exclamation mark and you can press circle for me, and it uncovers the tarpaulin, puts the pallets over there, also stacks the tarpaulin there, which is quite cool. Yeah, not a multi-fruit. I think I said it was 600,000 litres, wasn't it? Can't remember. This fuel does work, so as you can see, field info is working up to 5,000 litres we can fill up. And we've got more equipment in here. These are the bunker silos that were part of the mods I showed you for the map. So we've got a smaller one and a bigger one. Cool. More sheds again over the back. And this is the cow husbandry mod. So your dialogue box is there, 200. I think because your forage wagons that side, that's your feed trough side. We've got a milk out point there. I don't think you can open that door. And I think that might be your straw through there. Haven't tested it, but it's a pretty cool mod. And if we run through down the back, this is pretty obvious that that's your slurry. So point there, and that's a manure heap just there, like so. Is that lights? No, I don't know. Over here we've got two of those required mods. They're basically bow and pallet storage. Told you I couldn't speak. 308 capacity total in both, so unload there, get out over there. These do have lights on, but it's literally just one light either end. So there's a switch here, and there's another one at this end, and another switch on this wall. Very random. So that is those. If we run over here, we've got a bit of junk around the yard. More sort of shed space. And again, and we do have some pallets. Pallets. Bales. If I come up to them, we've got a hay bale. We've got a couple of alfalfa bales, and we've got 4 straw bales. Like so. But that is pretty much it. If I jump into the pickup, what I was thinking of is, because I forgot to show you 2 pallets. So I had pallets on the brain. We do have a pallet of seeds, a pallet of solid fertilizer as well. So that's nice that they've given you that. Now, one thing I did notice here, it won't let you sell off everything. So that shed is not coming up as an option to sell. It won't come up in demolish mode, whereas these will. So it's a very hit and miss what you can get rid of on the farm. A lot of the sheds we can't get rid of. Obviously that we can't these. And when you do get rid of some of these, this decoration will stay. You can't click on that and get rid of that. So just be careful what you're trying to sort of sell and not sell. Right, we're going to head on down. Not a lot left to see. Why can I not talk? Ah, dear. It's been a long day. Right, let's go. Some more forage sorghum, I think, growing there. So there's corn right next to it. So you can see it is very similar in sort of height. But quite cool that they've added that in as something different. I don't remember seeing a map that has done that before. Certainly not on console. Could be wrong. Now, I like what they've done here. This is a huge place. And this, I think, is the winery that they talk about in the description. This is your grape processing unit, basically. Now, again, there's no visible trigger, but if you look down here, you can just about see the glow of it down there. So this is where I think you're going to unload your grapes. You can buy the production there. It is the same price as base game, and then round the back, oh, that could be a bit of a worry, couldn't it? That's right in there. Didn't notice that earlier. But that's where your pallets are hopefully going to spawn. Right, do these hedges have collisions on? Yes, sort of. Oh, shouldn't have done that. There we go. We're out. We're free. Right, out of here. And along. A couple more places to see. We've got more apartment blocks there, which is pretty cool. Oh, I really like this area, this next area. It's been nicely done. And there's a couple of productions in here. So look at this, very cool. With the water feature in there. So we've got the bakery and the dairy. Again, custom names, so we can buy it again. Round the back we've got access to tipping in. And where pallets are going to be, that's floating. So the back of the dairy, pallets there, tipping in there, and then you can buy it around the front like so. But a nice area that, I like that. Whoa, that made me jump then, that water. Dear oh dear. Right, I'm going to pull over here so that the traffic can still get past. Do need to open this gate. In fact, I'll jump over. Got a lime buy point there, and then up the back we've got the debris crusher for selling your stones. Again, nicely done area. And then all we got left is the BGA, which is down here. And we've even got the sign that says Impianto Biogas, which I think means biogas plant or something, biogas. And there it is. So we'll get in there and we'll buy the BGA. There's a couple of things just to talk about as well. Some of these gates are a little bit slow, but I like this. Look at that sign. It's like it's telling you how everything's processed, where it goes. Look, very cool. All in Italian. Thank you. There's the weigh station. Got a couple of bunker silos, sheds, lots of decoration like so, and there's the BGA. Now obviously you can see there is no triggers. I'm just going to turn on the help menu as well for something. So we will buy that plot of land. It is 929,000 just over, but as soon as we do that, the symbol appears, and then it will appear as a production in our menu. It looks pretty standard to me. There you go. Right, if I go into these guys, help menu, you can see fill level, chaff, compacting, etc. as normal. If I go up into this mode, again, it's a bit hit and miss what we can sell here. We can get rid of the BGA itself, can't get rid of that shed, can get rid of the weighing station. But click on the bunker silos. It says silo medium triggers only. So if we sell that, and we'll do that one as well, the walls still stay there, but if we run in there now, that has got rid of that being a bunker silo. So be careful. So you're not actually getting rid of the walls. If I go into this one, it's still there, but we should be able to do the same. It's a little bit fiddly there, and now that's gone. So I mean, if you wanted to, you could do that and use this as a grain storage or anything like that, but just be careful. You do get 12.5 grand back for it, but the walls will stay there. So that is the map, people. I think we come out of there, didn't we? We came down, great processing into these productions, the lime station, etc. up there, and that is the map. That is Northeast End. I can't remember all those names. I've probably said them all wrong, but there you go, guys. I hope you have enjoyed the map tour. Apologies for my awful speech today. If you have, please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. That'd be awesome. And don't forget to smash the bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.